everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be making a dinosaur that I showed you in my last video. Here's a picture of it here. So, we are going to be using this green yarn, crochet hook, eyes and stuffing. Regarding credits, I actually do not know. I've been trying so hard to find the original creator. I found the pattern off Pinterest and they didn't tag the creator, but after I did some more research, I found it on a website, amiguritoys.myeatbook.com. If you want to go find this pattern, I'll leave a link in the description below. So we're going to start with our magic circle, and we're going to do 8 single crochets in that magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need to do 8 increases, so we end up with 16. I'll once again put the pattern in the description below. I understand for some people it's easier to read the pattern, easier for me as well. So I'll do that. Got increases, so now we have 16. We have 16 single crochets all around. Next we have to do single crochet, then an increase 8 times, so we end up as 24 stitches all around. We have 24 stitches all around, and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets and an increase 8 times, so we get 32 stitches. Anyway, I lost count, so I had to restart. It's okay. Not too bad. Now we have to go into the circle, so 32 stitches, 32 single crochets. So 3 single crochets, an increase, times 8, so yeah, 40 stitches. Okay, we have 40 stitches all around. Okay, so I have just done. I've just done 3 single crochets and an increase times 8 all around, so now I have 40 stitches in total. Now I need to go round in a circle, do 40 stitches. I've just put a stitch mark on to put every first one in the row so I don't get lost. Normally I crochet and then I just lose count, so a stitch marker will be really helpful to be able to keep track without actually counting. So that's 40 all the way around. Right, for row 8 I've got to do 4 single crochets and an increase times 8. Then after that I've got to do 7 rows of single crochets. So after our 8th row we'll have 48 stitches, and from rows 9 till 15 we'll have another 7 rows of 48 stitches. So I'll do that off camera and I'll show you when I'm done 7 rows. So I have done 7 rows and the increase, so I've just finished row 15. This is like the top of the head of the dinosaur. Now we just have to finish going round. For row 16, we'll be doing 16 single crochets and 8 decreases, and then another 16 single crochets. Right, so we've done row 16, where we have a total of 40 stitches, and the 8 decreases will be here. I'm going to do 17 and 18 off camera, but for row 17 you've got to do 12 single crochets, 8 decreases, and then another 12 single crochets. And then for row 18 you've got 8 single crochets, 8 decreases, and then 8 single crochets again. I'm just going to quickly do them off camera. So we've just done the head of the dinosaur. That's what it looks like so far. So we need to do 4 rows of single crochet. So we've got 24 stitches all around on the inside. We need to do 4 rounds of those, and then we can start adding the eyes. Finish the head of the dinosaur, and I've started the neck. So I'm going to be using 8mm eyes for, it says 12 from the centre of the muzzle there, and then the same on the other side. Yeah, now to stick them on top of the head. I've already put the eyes in place so it starts filling its shape. Whoops. By the way, if you guys know the author of this dinosaur, you've made it before and you know the author, please tag it in the comments so I can go find them and credit them as well, because I don't like taking credit for stuff that definitely I didn't do. Definitely someone else's pattern. Is an amazing dinosaur. Yep, and we have the head. Now we're going to we're going to keep on going. By the way, for this tutorial that I'm following, it includes colour changes, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to do it all in one colour. But in the comments, I will include the colour changes as well if you were interested in doing 2 different colours instead of 1. I'm also not doing the spikes. I'm just going to do the head of the body. 1 colour of the body. 23 will be doing a single increase. Excuse me? Single crochet, and then an increase, and we'll repeat that 3 times. So that's 1. Then we will be doing 17 single crochets, 17, and then 1 increase. For row 24, we'll be doing a single crochet and then an increase times 4, then 20 single crochets. Now we just do 1 row of 32 single crochets all around. So we have just finished row 25, so we've got the head and a bit of the body here, kind of stuffed. We are 25 rows in. The whole thing together is 48 rows, so we are over halfway. Now I'm kind of bored, so I'm going to keep on recording this tomorrow. So yeah, be back soon. It is day 2 of making the dinosaur. We've done the head, now we have to move on to the body. So first of all, we've got single crochet and an increase times 4. Then we've got 8 single crochets, then another set of single crochets and increases times 4, and another 8 single crochets. So this should bring up to 40 stitches. Right, so I've done my 26th row. For the next 2 rows, we just have to single crochet all around. So we have total 40 stitches, so 2 rows of 40 stitches. Anyway, we are at row 28, I think. We have finished row 28, and we're about to do row 29. Row 29 has 4 single crochets, single crochet then increase times 4, 12 single crochets, and then single crochet increase times 4, and then another 8 single crochets, which will lead us up to 48 stitches. And then after that we need to go round 2 rows of 48. Like I said, I'll put it in the description because it's hard to follow. We are about to start row 32. We're going to go to 33, 34 and 35. They are just repeats. So for row 32, we've got to do 2 single crochets, 8 lots of single crochet and increases, and then 30 single crochets. And then for row 33, 34 and 35 we do 56 single crochets around, so that's 3 rows of 56 single crochets. So I'm going to speed through this and I'll show you my progress after I've done that. So this is the progress after the increase row and then 3 rounds of 56 single crochets. Next we need to do our last increase row. So that is 6 single crochets, a single crochet and increase times 8, 34 single crochets all around. That would bring up to 64 single crochets, and then we've got another 2 rounds of 64 single crochets, so we are nearly at that point. Then we can start decreasing. Before I start decreasing, I'm going to put all the stuffing in so it doesn't get trapped and it's not too floppy. So I will show you when I get to that process. I have finished the 3 rows, 1 row of increase and the 2 rows of single crochet. Now we have 64 rows all around. Now would be a good chance to count around, make sure you've got 64, because otherwise when you're decreasing you will get confused and there'll be one too many rows and it just won't make sense. And a stitch marker is definitely helpful with this as well. Now we need to start decreasing. So in row 39 we've got to do 6 single crochets and a decrease, then we times that by 8, so we have 56 stitches all around. And then we go around in a circle 2 times to get another 2 rows of 56 single crochets. This is what the dinosaur is looking like now. We've nearly finished the body. So now we have to do 5 single crochets and a decrease, and we need to repeat that 8 times. And then we have to go around in a circle for 48 single crochets, and then we can finish off and stuff the inside a bit more. So we have finished the 43rd row. So we've got 48 stitches all around, stuffing's inside. Right, for 44, 45 and 46 we are going to be decreasing, but it's 1 less each time. So for row 44 we'll be doing 4 single crochets then a decrease times by 8. For row 45 we'll be doing 3 single crochets then a decrease times by 8. And then 46, 2 single crochets then a decrease times by 8. So it goes from 40 to 32 to 24. So this is us decreasing rapidly. And then we can fill the body, and then we can do row 47, which is just a single crochet then a decrease, and I'll show you my progress on row 47. We are nearly there. I've just done the stuffing. Now I need to do 1 single crochet and a decrease times 8 all around to get 16 stitches. I use invisible decrease rather than a normal decrease, but you can use a normal one if you prefer. Either one is perfectly fine. For me, it makes sense to use the invisible one because you're just putting it through the 2 front loops, but then I understand why a normal decrease would be preferable as well. And for the final row, we just decrease all around. Now would be the best time. I'm going to take out my stitch marker. Now would be the best time to put any more stuffing if needed. Personally, I don't think I need to because I've got quite a bit in there. But if you feel like you need to, go ahead and do it. Now I can go ahead and cut it. Leave a long tail for sewing. Slip stitch in, tighten it. Then with your sewing needle you can go and close the remaining stitches at the top. So when I go to do it, go through the front loops out like I showed you in my last video, like that, and pull through. And then go through the next 2 front loops and repeat this process until the hole at the bottom is closed up. I've got the remaining thread, just thread it into the dinosaur. And now we have the body of the dinosaur. I'm going to do the legs, the hands and the tail off camera, and then I will sew onto the body and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not going to record it, I'm just going to do quickly, add them, and I'll show you what the finishing product looks like. Finally finished dinosaur, kind of. I gave up on making the tail because I was getting annoyed at this point. But that's the final dinosaur. Eyes, head and the hands. Obviously I'll still include the pattern for the tail in the description. But yeah, that's the dinosaur. I hope you enjoyed my video on making the dinosaur. Now I don't know when I will be uploading next, in a couple weeks time probably. I've got surgery so I won't be on YouTube for a while, but I'll still be uploading on TikTok, so make sure you go follow me over there. And thank you for 35 followers on TikTok. So yeah, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, see you next time.